Hi, guys.
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of
Bamboozled.
what we'll be talking about today is the 2020
Election.
aka
The
Shit
Shitshow.
Show. So, guys, just in that, don't know what you guys are thinking or any ideas on it. However, just in mail-in voting with just my own neighborhood, some particular neighbors had certain ballots come just to their house. First time they thought, okay, it was the existing residents that used to live there. However, as in time, not even a week later, they got at least 20 more with other people's name on it. And then the next week, they got like 20 more with even other people's name on it. So that would be like
crazy.
a total of what, like 40?
40 ballots to one house.
I mean, what? How many people do you have living in your house?
Oh my God. So was it people that used to live in your neighbor's house?
That the first two were, but then the other ones were just coming in. They weren't even old residents that used to live there. It was quite interesting.
So just random names.
Random
Ballots with
names.
Random names. That's
just
crazy.
sent out. And it's not the first time I've heard it either, guys.
Oh no, there's examples all over the place.
So if y'all want to hear some more examples, let's see. In Maryland, what happened was... I'm not going to be good at this today.
The Board of Elections actually sent out, I think it was a tweet,
warning someone about going door to door trying to collect or find
ballots. Like somebody that was somebody not affiliated with the Board of Elections in Anne Arundel County, that's near Baltimore, was going around saying that they were part of the Board of Elections and trying to collect people's ballots.
but didn't work there. You understand what we're saying?
Yeah.
So they were just going and getting them.
Right.
But it didn't work there
They
at all.
weren't affiliated with the Board of Elections. Somehow they found out, at least, and they were able to notify residents of that county.
Other things also in D.C., Washington, D.C., sent out ballots long gone to other residents, just like here in North Carolina, just like in Florida, just like in New York,
People that had already left.
and no longer there.
They were no longer in the houses, so they were still getting ballots.
Another really good reason in New York, NYC, over 100 ballots got sent out.
100,000
100,000 got sent out.
that were defective.
I mean, this should tell us something, right?
Uh-huh.
Wait.
Those are big mistakes, man. It's not like,
We're
10
up
or
to what?
20 ballots.
We're up to 5 different reasons, 5 different states.
5 different examples. Then the Kentucky.
Oh, and in Kentucky, yes. Over 100 blank, undelivered ballots were what? Found in dumpsters, guys.
Dumpsters.
Like,
Crazy. But no, there's no fraud going on, right?
none whatsoever.
You're not being bamboozled.
Not at all.
And then New Jersey, there was another
Oh,
one.
7,000 votes received. Wrong. The reason they received wrong was why?
Wrong ballot.
And
People
all-
received the wrong ballot.
Also coming up just, I think as of today, they extended the absentee ballots for November 12th, which is normally they come in.
I think normally you have to have them in by election day or within like 3 or 4 days after the election.
But not all the way till another week later.
But yeah, now North Carolina extended the period of the absentee ballots until November 12th.
Is that because of all the missing ballots?
They're trying to sort some, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be dragged on. Don't you think?
I
Doesn't
definitely
it,
do.
This is going to be, I don't know, we're old, okay? So we remember 2000, 20 years ago, the Gore election.
This was good.
It took, I think, till December to figure out the winner. We went through the court system of the Supreme Court. It's headed that way.
It was in limbo. We were all
Yeah.
just like, who
won?
Huh?
We didn't
What?
know.
What's going on?
If you're too young to remember, it was crazy, but I think this is going to be crazier. I think it's going to drag on even longer. Like, I think it's going to be the court, everything going through the court system, plus riots.
Totally.
And then, like, you've got social media. So this is the other being bamboozled part. They're trying to sway the election, I think, by editing out selective stories, like the Hunter Biden story. Okay, so Harmony and I research things. We don't just, like, hear a story and assume that it's true.
Or just try and tell you because it's our opinion.
Yeah. So we always, whatever we hear, we're, like, questioning it, and we're, like, probably spent hours doing research.
Yes, late at night, even when my kids go to bed.
And sending each other articles, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Well, the Hunter Biden story, like, that to me was insane. Like, okay, in case you missed it, which, I mean, I don't know. I guess some people don't do the research like we do.
But you couldn't make it up if you tried.
You couldn't make this crap up. So somebody that works at a computer repair shop got Hunter Biden's laptop. Apparently he dropped it in water or something. Well, he forgot to pick it up. So the policy was after 90 days, if your laptop was still there and you hadn't paid, it becomes the property of the store owner. So the store owner found this, and then, you know, I guess Biden didn't pay, and he opened it up to see whose it was, and he realized there was pictures of Hunter Biden all doped up and all this stuff, and he found some very troubling emails in there. He called the FBI, and I heard this was back in like December. So the FBI, for whatever reason, because I could see it could go both ways, held onto this laptop since December, and the story just came out, what, Monday?
I think it was
Like
Monday,
it was
yeah.
a few days ago, right?
But that's also social media for your own timing, I do believe.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to hold on to that till it's just their timing.
Well, the New York Post is the one that broke the article. Okay, fourth biggest newspaper in the country. But their own tweet about the story, so they linked to their very own story, it got pulled off of Twitter, and then Facebook wouldn't let you post anything about it. And you know it's got to be because of the election. Big tech is just another arm of that whole side of the political aisle, and they're trying to help them. And the sad thing is the government, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Communications Act. You've heard probably Section 230 mentioned before. Basically, that gives media platforms that are supposed to be neutral immunity from being sued for, like defamation and things like that, just because they host an article or they censor stuff. But in order to get that protection from immunity, you are not supposed to act like a publisher. So you're not supposed to edit content and purposely censor one side of the political aisle and not the other. So big tech, right, obviously is only censoring things that are hurting the left. And I mean, think about it. Stuff about Trump that's true or not true, okay, whatever you may think of him, they let that stuff be published without even checking it.
All the time.
Yeah. Think of how many stories, they're not checking anything for him. So anyway, they're getting subpoenaed, and Friday they're supposed to be in front of the Senate. The CEOs of Facebook, Twitter, and I think Google.
I think you're sure,
I think Google too.
And what just happened in about I think it was 2 years ago in the story for Charlottesville. What happened in?
Oh yeah, they twisted the
story for.
So it's like selective editing. Remember you guys the rally in Charlottesville 3 years ago, where I think it was about a statue that some people wanted to preserve it, some wanted to take it down. The snowflakes, because it was whatever. It was Robert E. Lee statue, I think.
Yes.
By the way, I went to Robert E. Lee High School in the D.C. area, and they changed the name of my school because of this political BS stuff, PCBS stuff.
Exactly.
It's crazy. But yeah, remember Trump said something about there's fine people on both sides, and I don't mean the neo-Nazis and white supremacists because they should be condemned totally. That's what he said. But they cut out, but not the neo-Nazis because they should be condemned totally. And so that's been, and I'll post... This evening, I will post a clip to that video where he says the full quote. But it's been edited. The media is just chopping his words around, perpetuating all these ridiculous hoaxes. And honestly, we're not huge supporters of either side.
Either side. That's why AKA shit show.
Yeah, it's going to be a shit show. But, we're not super partisan in any way. But when I see injustices happening, I don't care. I'd be just as pissed if this was the media was censoring only the left. And they were super right. I just don't care which way it's coming from. Do you?
Yeah.
It just bothers me that this is happening. And then Biden even said when he accepted the nomination at the DNC convention this summer, he mentioned that stupid fine people hoax. I mean, come on. Anybody can watch the video, know it's not what he said.
Completely edited.
But yeah, the media is just perpetuating all this stuff and toying with the election. It's crazy.
It's getting worse, guys. It doesn't matter left, right, whatever we're going for. Donkey, elephant. I mean, really, at this point,
porcupine.
Seriously, really. And then the other ironic thing is that the left is also worried about Trump
conceding
the election,
yeah.
But they have not been concluding any of this since told you I wasn't ready for this day, guys. It's teacher work day. I'm doing all the work myself. There's no live.
It's mommy
this is
work
called
day.
mommy. This is called mommy, okay? And trying to do mommy time all at the same time, okay? Since 2016. However, also they tried really hard to impeach him with Russia and the
Russiagate.
remember that? Oh my gosh, y'all gotta remember that.
It's been so yeah. They're like, oh, Trump's not gonna concede. I'm sitting there thinking, you guys haven't conceded since 2016. You've been trying like one thing after another to impeach this guy, and then you're saying he's not gonna concede.
It's crazy.
Oh, I'm just sitting here like, really?
And there's never been any really solid evidence.
No, nothing.
Nothing whatsoever.
And think of all the tax money that was wasted. That's what kills me. I'm like, it is. I forget what the figure was. I gotta look it up. But it was millions of dollars. It was into the millions.
I think it was just crybabies being and having teacher tantrums
It's crybaby tantrums. It's an adult tantrums, basically.
or snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the same.
And the other thing that's been like boggling in my mind, I'm just sitting here like scratching my head. The reason I think Trump won in 2016 is because he was so different. Right?
I totally agree with that.
He was a businessman. He wasn't like a career politician.
He wasn't polished.
Yeah.
He wasn't made to go into office. He was already made himself.
He's blunt, right? He says what he wants. He was so different from the norm. And I feel like that's what, obviously he won in 2016. That's what people wanted. They liked about him.
They
wanted a non-career politician. So who do the Democrats pick for their candidate?
Oh, yes.
A career politician. Like, he's been in politics longer than we've been alive.
I'm 78.
That's crazy. I'm like, so you see that a business person that's not a career politician wins in, like, a crazy, like, T-turn states that people didn't think would ever vote red. And now they're going to put, like, a career politician. And they had such better choices. That's what kills me.
Well, that's because they really want to put Camilla up in there, but we already know that, too.
Oh,
if y'all
my God.
pay really close attention.
Mm-hmm. Well, they could have picked, like, why didn't they pick Tulsi Gabbard? Do you remember her? Like, the lady with the long black hair? I thought she was smart. Like,
quite educated.
Very. Like, she outed Kamala Harris. Remember? She, like, got during one of the debates. I think, personally, that the Democrats knew they couldn't control her. They want to be puppet masters. And the woman had a mind of her own.
Trouble.
Right?
Again, Trump, mind of his own.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the government basically doesn't want you to be an independent thinker. People like us that question things and that
conspiracy
post
theories.
Things, yeah, we're conspiracy theorists. I hate that term.
Me too. But when I was young, it was actually you were telling the truth or looking for the truth.
Truth seeker, right?
However, now the whole term and everything, if you even speak your mind, God forbid.
Oh, God forbid you say anything that's
it's
an original
totally
thought.
Wrong.
Yeah,
totally and completely wrong.
You get stomped on.
Oh,
And here's my crazy theory. Call it a conspiracy theory or whatever. I think that bad candidates perpetuate the two-party system. So I think, imagine if we had a really good candidate on one side. Doesn't matter if it's left or right. And then everybody comes in and rallies around this. So you get like people from both sides, left and right, voting for a good candidate. What happens? That leaves space for a third candidate or third parties to come in. They don't want that.
No.
The Democrats nor the Republicans, they want to keep the two-party system no matter what. So anytime they stomp down on the threats, like they wouldn't even let the Libertarian candidate on the debate stage, even though Jo Jorgensen is on the ballot in all 50 states. And she's a woman candidate, you would think.
She's not a donkey or an elephant. There's a problem.
That's the problem. She's not red or blue. So I think they purposely put bad candidates. I think they fight fire with fire. They put bad against bad. Everybody's choosing the lesser of two evils. And it's actually pretty brilliant. It's a pretty brilliant strategy. If you think about it, if you always get these bad or mediocre candidates, you're splitting the vote kind of even. You're not letting somebody else come in.
But don't you think in 2020, by now, in 2020, these would be the last two people you would possibly think of. And in 2020, this is the best we could come up with?
This is the best. In 2016. I mean, I thought maybe 2016 was a fluke. I'm like, okay, bad candidates. And now I'm like, again, this is the best we could do. And I'm telling you, and then it perpetuates that, like, you're not voting for a person, you're voting against a person. So, like, I know on the left they say blue no matter who. Like, they'll vote for whoever the blue candidate. Is there one of those phrases for the right? The Republicans?
Ooh, I haven't heard it. If there is, let us know, though, okay?
Yes,
we want to know.
There must be a red something. I don't know.
I don't
what
know
it is.
either.
But I think that's what it is. I think that's what is perpetuating.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's insane. With Camilla herself being the quite step devil that she is. If you don't know about that, just read into the lines. You'll definitely figure that one
She's
out.
power hungry.
She definitely wants to be the. I don't even think she wants to be the next, like, up and come. She wants to be the president, like, as of right now.
Like, as of next year.
Yeah, today. Like, she would be like, okay, yeah, sign me in.
She accidentally said Harris administration in some interview I saw her. She slipped up.
She is quite interesting. She reminds me of a very other particular special woman. Her name is All Other. Can y'all guess?
Guess.
Maybe?
Hillary.
The favorite what? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she reminds me of her a lot.
Lots of attention.
Power hungry. No.
Again, we don't care if it is left, right, what nationality you are. These are common facts, demeanors, what we think, opinions that we've researched on very many topics.
Yeah, and I honestly, like I said, I just want to expose things that are injustices, you know, when you're bamboozled. I really don't care if it's the left or the right. It just, the fact that this stuff is happening.
Because I know a lot of people are going to think, oh, they go one way or the other. No. That's not what we're here for. And it's not about, again.
It's not about partisanship.
Nope.
It's just about exposing. I don't care if it's who we're exposing. We don't care.
Nope.
But, I mean,
we're going to expose you.
You can tell with Biden and Harris that it's a puppet show. Like, she's going to be in there as the president. Soon. That's who you're voting for. That's really who you're voting for.
Just let you know.
And look, Nancy Pelosi's already been talking about that 25th Amendment.
Oh, giving Congress a say in removing the president from the office. Because he's going to be what? We already know he's going to be disabled. Because how old is he? If I'm 70, I'm a 78 baby. So that makes me what? I mean, come on, guys.
He's like almost double your age.
I mean, and I know a lot of people don't like what they call the AKA orange Cheeto. However, this goes both ways, guys. Again, we're on no team, no side.
I see bad and bad. It's a dumpster fire, no matter. Like, it's just
shit show.
It's going to be a shit show. How long? Tell us how long you guys think it's going to be till we have actual election results.
It's
going to be a long time.
If it's like last time in 2016, it'll be till.
Well, that wasn't too bad. I think
it was like the middle of December. I thought.
No, that was 2020.
Oh, that was. Yeah. See.
Or 2000, sorry. Can't talk today. 2000. Okay. So that was 20 years. I think it'll go that long. I think it's going to take a couple months.
We'll have to find out.
We'll see.
And let us know what you think about Biden with him being disabled to be.
He's going to be disabled as soon as, you know.
And who's going to take office? Mm-hmm. And we know they want a woman there really bad. We're women. We don't disagree with that, obviously. But it has to be the right one.
Yeah, it has to be the right woman and done legitimately.
Yes, because we'll expose her too, don't worry.
We'll expose anyway, we don't care.
No.
But
so I hope you like our episode of Bamboozled.
Yeah.
Please let us know your thoughts. If you have anything you want us to talk about, research.
Oh yeah, let us post in the comments. And subscribe. Hit subscribe to the channel. That'd be
and
awesome.
Like, for sure.
Yeah. All right, see you guys next week.
Bye. Thank you.
Don't get bamboozled.